Hi there. We're on day 202 of our Through the New Testament in 1 Year. And yesterday, I found out Paul was taken before the Roman courts, and, as a Jew, and they treated him very poorly and bound him and tied him up and were going to beat him. And then they found out he was a Roman citizen and they got scared, okay? Well, and once they found out he was a Roman citizen, born a Roman citizen, right? The commander was too alarmed, but when he realized Paul was a Roman citizen and he had bound him, they get in a lot of trouble for that, right? Right. The next day, since he wanted to find out exactly why Paul was being accused by the Jews, he released him, right, and instructed the chief priests and all the Sanhedrin to convene. Then he brought Paul down and placed him before them. Okay, so the rest of the chapter, right? Paul before the Sanhedrin, right? Let's change to the right. Stay in the same version here, right? Right. So he's before the Sanhedrin, right? And looking intently at the council, Paul said, "Brothers, I have lived my life before God in all good conscience up to this day." And the high priest Ananias commanded those who stood by him to strike him on the mouth for saying well. Then Paul said to him, God is going to strike you, you whitewashed wall. That means fancy on the outside, no good on the inside. Jesus said that to them all the time. Are you sitting to judge me according to the law, and yet contrary to the law you order me to be struck? Those who stood by said, Would you revile God's high priest? And Paul said, I did not know, brothers, that he was the high priest, for it is written, You shall not speak evil of a ruler of your people. Now when Paul perceived that one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, okay, the Sadducees do not believe in the resurrection. They believe once you die, you're gone. So, right? Sadducees and Pharisees, he cried out to the council, Brothers, I am a Pharisee, a son of Pharisees. It is with respect to the hope and the resurrection of the dead that I am on trial. And when he had said this, a dissension rose between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the assembly was divided. For the Sadducees say there is no resurrection, nor angel, nor spirit, but the Pharisees acknowledge them all. Then a great clamor arose, and some of the scribes of the Pharisees' party stood up and contended sharply. We find nothing wrong in this man. What if a spirit or an angel spoke to him? And when the dissension became violent, the tribune, afraid that Paul would be torn to pieces by them, commanded the soldiers to go down and take him away from them by force and bring him into the barracks. But the following night, the Lord stood by him and said, Take courage, for as you have testified to the facts about me in Jerusalem, so you must testify also in Rome. So he's telling them he has to testify in Rome, right? The plot to kill Paul. When it was day, the Jews made a plot and bound themselves by oath neither to eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. There were more than 40 who made this conspiracy. They went to the chief priests and elders and said, We have strictly bound ourselves by an oath to taste no food till we have killed Paul. Now, therefore, along with the council, give notice to the tribune to bring him down to you, as though you were going to determine his case more exactly, and we are ready to kill him before he comes near. Oh, they're ready. That's murder, okay? They're planning to murder him on the road when he's on his way back. Crazy, huh? Crazy. That's Paul, and we love him, right? Right. That's today. It's tomorrow. It's the rest of Acts 23, right? Paul's sister heard of their ambush, so he went and entered the barracks and told Paul. Paul called one of the centurions and said, Take this young man to the tribune, for he has something to tell him. Right? The son of Paul's sister. So his nephew, right? Save him. He's going to tell them their plot, but we'll get to that tomorrow. So there you go. Let's take 202. These are nice short videos. Okay. You get to the whole New Testament in a year. You should try this in the BibleGateway.com program. They have lots of different, easy to follow. It keeps up with you automatically, and it's a great site. So there's a link in the description down there. But there you go. So stay tuned tomorrow. We will keep up with Paul, right? Trying to keep up with Paul. All right. Give us a like if you think about it. And see you next time.